What are dark secrets about the porn industry that people should know? The dressing room trash cans are full of empty disposable enemas and it smells like farts and sadness in there. It smells like farts and sadness at my job too. I know a girl who did some porn, and she started doing it when she was only a teenager, except all her porn videos were labeled 18 plus EDIT. She started doing porn at 16, and they just lied and said she was 18 plus in her videos, even though she was underage. That's a child sex ring. One phone call to view the paperwork for that shit would destroy them, and they'd be in jail. There's a whole business built around the record keeping of porn stars. The grooming and locking. If you've never heard of locking, it's basically when a group of girls doing porn are living together, typically, and they are pressured to spend their money by producers who claim to be their friends. The goal here is to diminish any sort of saving money thought process, and they make it out like the money will never stop coming. This keeps them broke and making doing more shoots. Edit. Just wanted to say thanks for the upvotes. Hopefully this will be top comment so more awareness gets out. Grooming doesn't stop because they made a few videos. Oh, I also used to drive some exotic dancers 2 or 3 cities to do regular doctor appointments. They never felt safe going local because they always get recognized and people get creepy. Not sure if that counts as porn industry, but I'd imagine the same rules apply. Many of the 18-year porn stars were recruited when they were 16 or 17. I vacationed in San Diego when I was 17 and was recruited for modeling by a very attractive and seductive young woman at the beach. I went to the office building she told me to go to, a high-rise next to a highway. In reception I walked out, casting couch type atmosphere and models as the staff. My story ends there. A lot of actors takes a lot of drugs, like a lot. Plus basically every male actor gets erectile dysfunction after being in the business for so long as they are pumped up on Viagra. Too much blow and the cock won't grow. A trafficked 15-year-old was found on Pornhub, almost 100 videos. She was verified by Pornhub while trafficked. There are so many videos on free sites that the producers are unverified. I would be willing to bet there are a lot of underage photos anywhere that allow this type of behavior. Hell, my friend claimed she had been posting nudes to GW since she was in 9th grade at the age of 14. I had to tell a friend back in HS that she showed up in a BJ compilation. She met a couple college guys that drove her around in a van getting drunk until they convinced her to blow them all. Somewhere in there they decided to record a drunk 15-year-old going down on them. She never pressed charges, and I only saw it because my GF at the time and her friend thought it would be funny to look up porn videos. So I had no idea where they even found it. Child actors from Thailand. Child actors from Thailand. Sex slaves then. Let's call them what they are. If you have any 80s VHS tapes of Tracy Lords, you could potentially be in possession of child pornography. She used fake identification and was 16 when she began filming and may have even been as young as 15. Hot Girls Wanted, produced by Rashida Jones, explores most of the seedy practices discussed in here. Seen it and can highly recommend it. Also its follow-up film. Edit. The follow-up film is actually a 6-part series, but it's very bingable, so I forgot that it is not a movie. Hot Girls Wanted and Hot Girls Wanted Turned On are both available on Netflix. The whole tons of Viagra thing is absolutely true, and so is the bit about casting directors playing fast and loose with STDs. I have a friend that once turned down a shoot for a gay porn at a campground because none of the actors were required to be tested beforehand. A few of them ended up contracting HIV from that shoot. 1. Amateur/homemade 18Y/ovids are likely not 18. 2. The industry gives no shits about protecting minors. If it were legal they'd go as low as they could. C. Japan. Color Climax. Tracy Lords. Tracy Lords' case is especially despicable due to all the hate she received. When it came out she was 16 in her vids and 14 in her pinups, as well as the fact that in 1987 they made a porn film about her sexual exploitation. 3. Pornhub specifically makes it especially difficult to get minors taken down from the site, even if you report multiple times. Several famous minors are actually recommended search terms. 4. Not really the industry, but whenever there's a high-profile rape in the news, the victim's name becomes a popular search terms on all sites. Number 4 made me uncomfortable as duck. Humans are degenerated animals. Some people are so damn sick in the head. Shit like this doesn't surprise me anymore. They recruit young women and teens from troubled homes or rebelling against their parents. They lure them in with money and the ability to live free and do what they want. All they have to do is some amateur porn. Once away from friends and family, they are put in a house with other young women in the industry and given a room. They bond and go to shoots or whatever. They get paid a lot and they love it. Some get hooked on drugs. Almost all have bad experiences. The person who owns the house they live in takes a cut of everything. It's all a bunch of teen girls, so it's not a very clean place. The turnover rate is astounding as well. It's a miracle essentially if you last longer than 4 months without a mental breakdown or going home and never returning. Edit. Not all girls / guys / people who go into porn, amateur or otherwise, come from bad homes. Though 40% of porn actresses report being molested as children. It's not indicative of the industry or the people employed within. Edit 2. I apologize for this edit, but as it seems to have slowed down, I'll make it now. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Never had it before, and that's pretty cool. Also didn't expect this to blow up. Now my top comment is about how the porn industry is predatory. At least it's a gold way to raise awareness. I worked in a level 6 locked treatment center for 11 to 17 year olds. One girl came in off the street after escaping a trafficking / pornography ring. She was 13, but acted well beyond 18. Grown up so fast. She was destructive as hell, and due to the aggression we had to send her to a JTC. 5 months later she shows back up at the treatment center. Beaten, bloody and unrecognizable. At 3 AM in a metro city. She said the money they promised was too good to pass up as she was broke and on her own. It was heart-wrenching to watch her go right back to the situation that had brought her to treatment in the first place. I'm so sad for all those girls with their innocence and childhoods lost forever. Some girls are tricked into filming the video. They're promised to do some modeling, and when they arrive they find out that it's more than just a few pictures. Porn is a big human trafficking industry. Nowhere near as rampant and dangerous as child trafficking, but it's still very active. Came to comment from personal experience. I'm not in the adult entertainment industry, but I booked a boudoir photo shoot a few years back to surprise my boyfriend, and I booked with this amazing photographer. I was raped during the photo shoot. A video recorder was on the entire time. That of course captured everything, and the video went to the black market. The photographer was actually deep into sex trafficking, but these traffic rings stay 100 steps ahead at all times. That the police investigation became cold very fast. God ducking damn, I shed a tear for you. That is awful. I hope you got the help you needed. A lot of the time child pornography slips through the cracks. More often than not those girls that like 14 to 16 are actually within that age range, but nobody questions it because age checks don't happen often. So next time you're spanking your bacon to some petite flat-chested teen barely legal shit, think twice before you nut. That may be a child. That's why I only stick to granny porn. They, mainly Pornhub, but most sites do it, turn a blind eye to human trafficking because that brings in over 1/3 of their profits through these homemade videos. Also there was a petition to get Pornhub taken down for this. There was a petition. This is going to sound horrible given the context of your post, but I think we need a new subreddit /r/ there was a petition used to show how ducking useless those are. Does it bother anyone else how abundant the teen and incest / step family content is on Pornhub? Edit. I'm not into those. One of the reasons I quit watching porn. First thing you see on the page, stepsister blows my fat cock, while mom with Chessie sounds real hot. Not sure if it's been said yet, but the outdoor or public scenes require permits to shoot. 80% of the time the crew shows up with a police scanner and cheeses it before the cops show up. Edit. Yes folks, there's worse out there than evading paperwork filing costs in the porn industry. But when posting initially I really expected this to be overlooked. Also cheese it is an outdated term apparently, so the stars checking that the coast is clear before doing stuff is not acting. That's actually kinda funny. A lot of girls get trafficked into porn, or they are coerced into rougher/fetishized scenes that they are uncomfortable with but feel they have to perform because they are unsafe, and in some cases, they aren't even able to say their safe words. There is a lot of drugs and violence involved. Actresses may be offered drugs like Xanax before a scene, and some have been asked to eat apples so that they can vomit on screen. Injuries may occur, including the woman who left a rough BJ scene and had burst a blood vessel in her eye due to the nature of the shoot. There is plenty more horror stories online. Pornhub actively removes any criticism on Reddit using the admins. You'll receive at minimum 3-day suspension, or perhaps more, just for mentioning that they consistently fail to remove child porn or non-consensual rape videos. Just Google Pornhub fail to remove videos. Too many to count. Edit. It's under harassment on the content policy. Often men takes Viagra, Cialis and other drugs to stay along. Some of them even takes the drugs with a syringe in their own penis. Most of the cum is a mixed fluid. They take it in an extra camera shot so that it looks normal. Christian 30 molest the women after the clip is finished. About every woman says that. Nowadays, it's very similar to a studio-style 9-to-5 job. Nobody is really making a lot of money anymore. I've been in and out of it for about 25 years. It's morphed into this industry where smarter people use pornography to build a brand. The people that were popular 25 years ago wouldn't get far today because they were primarily only interested in getting paid upfront for shooting scenes. If I'm going to do this, I want $300. Those types. So, those people could go out and get paid $600 per film, which was great money back in 2001. Many people busted their asses to make as much content as they could, but there was no residual income after that. So that's why in the late 90s and early 2000s, there were simply so many films. Now, the women are tracking their income on the back end with things like Snapchat and OnlyFans. It's not a cleaner industry by any means. When you say it isn't a cleaner industry, how is it not? If more models are moving to OnlyFans and self-promoting/producing, wouldn't the increased autonomy mean less abuse, fair compensation, and obviously consented performance and distribution? Porn isn't a how-to guide for your own sex life. Wait, you're telling me I shouldn't just unsuspectingly stick it in my sister's butt? You mean stepsister? Pornhub has already been directly involved with human traffic of a teenage girl. There were 100 videos of her. She was verified. Pornhub literally supported pedophilia, human traffic and rape. She was only 15. I never heard any follow-up about what happened. Did they find her? Does anyone know if she is okay now? Porn star Veronica Rodriguez filmed multiple videos with her real half-sister. They share a father. Yep, that's actual incest. Shit's messed up. Edit. Her sister is Katia Rodriguez. Those orgasms aren't real. Edit. I can't believe this was my first comment that got so many upvotes and an award. WTF. Next you'll be telling me my wife is faking it too. I don't know. She's pretty convincing. Turns out that most of those girls are coked/methed/heroined out of their ducking minds while they take that break. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.